post I saw there the other day where this guy and his girlfriend were like in a swamp and they started playing Smash Mouth, and then they played in like farther back you could hear from like another speaker Mike Myers, as Shrek, yelling at them to get out of his swamp. I was like, it's pretty good one, to set that up.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, I get bored at work. Especially when like the machine has been like pretty much down every day for like 2 hours, and it's like, well,
I'm back.
I can't do anything. Welcome back.
Thank
and
you.
I tell Shanna almost every day, I'm like, yep, machine's broken. Yep, machine's broken. What a great day. Machine's broken.
It's like a daily occurrence.
And of course, I was just like, okay, I'll sit on the forklift, but I can't do much when, there's 3 of us trying to do the same job. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just sit on Instagram and scroll. So I watch a lot of crap.
That's fair.
You get paid to scroll Instagram. Can't complain about that, yeah?
Yeah.
Could be worse.
Especially when you're sitting on Firewatch. Like, I can't go anywhere. I gotta sit there and watch.
Yeah, I get a little bit of phone time with my job. I'm pretty grateful for the position I have. Sometimes I'll get put in the busy queue though. Back-to-back calls.
That's fair. Excuse me. Okay.
Ready? I'll turn off the music.
Yeah, when you guys are ready. We'll start with Lunaris first. Excuse me.
I woke up and noticed that we're down a person, so
you wake up in the
like
So you wake up in the very early hours of the morning, probably around 5 in the morning. So the sky is lightening technically, but you have at least another hour before dawn, and but it's still kind of on the horizon, and so the sky's lightening just a little bit, and that's when you notice for the first time that your companion Jax of Candlekeep is in fact missing.
Okay, well, I guess I'll... did you say we're upstairs or downstairs?
You guys are upstairs.
Okay, well, I'll go downstairs and kind of look around, but kind of come out here, see who's all in this area, see if she's down here.
Nobody's there. Everybody's still
not
asleep.
A single person.
Nope.
Okay. I'll poke my head out the door. With the faint light on the horizon, can I make a perception check? 10 plus 1. Not much. Like kind of.
It is
within the 10 feet.
Yeah, it is. It is drizzling out, very lightly. You notice that there has been a little bit of traffic during the night, but you just don't have the skills. Part of it's because you're a little panicked because you can't find your companion. But yeah, so far as you can tell, there's nobody really out at this hour right now. The town is extremely quiet and frightening at some level. There's a few lanterns hanging on the outsides that are like oil lamps that are lit, but giving very, very meager light. This is essentially what you're kind of faced with, kind of thing. But yeah, you just don't
the lamps are even less lit than that
Mm-hmm.
because they've been burning all night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I guess if you want me to roll multiple, I kind of want to do like a quick investigation just for any struggles here at the bottom of the stairs and then up
Sure.
outside our room.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good.
Do you want me to just do one roll?
Yep, just
or
one.
multiple? Oh, not too bad. I have a minus, but it's still a 17. You're muted. I don't think it came unmuted.
Sorry.
Good.
You notice for sure that there is no sign of struggle. The door is left unlatched from the inside. And you do end up finding boot prints leading to the south that are, you think, possibly, they're only one direction. They are going south of town. But yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll go back up to the room and wake people up, saying we have a missing party member. I don't know if she's hiding in another room, but
Describe how you do this.
Okay.
You come in boot stomping and throw people out of their bed, or you just kind of get up, or what do you do?
Yeah, I'll kind of like shake Kiani, and then I'll like walk over. Not super loud or anything, but I'll just kind of shake them awake. Jax is missing. I don't know where she is. We can't find her.
Kiani goes, "That's impossible." And then he's like, "Surely she just went out for the morning." I remember seeing her, last night. Briefly, she said she needed to use the facilities, but I just, didn't think much of it. That wasn't that long ago, actually. Maybe an hour ago, now that I think about it. I've been meditating for a little while, so I never
I guess you would know if something were to happen. So I didn't notice any signs of struggle, but I did notice maybe some boot prints going down south.
Okay. Do you wake up Grimbled?
Yep.
Okay. Zoltan Mordred III fails to wake up.
Okay. Like, when I try to wake him up, he doesn't wake up?
Mm-hmm.
I see. Can I shake him?
Sure can. He doesn't appear to be waking up.
There's something wrong. There's something going on here. Zoltan, wake up! Come on, Zoltan! And...
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Nat 20.
It doesn't take you long to realize two things. One, Zoltan is about 3 shades paler than he already is, which is pretty damn pale. And two, that there are 2 small holes to the side of his neck.
Oh my gosh. That's not good.
He is breathing. In fact, he seems to be having a very pleasant dream. But...
That's not good, though. I'm wondering if this even happened before we went to sleep.
Who knows? Who knows? Well, I do know somebody who knows. Who might that be? I don't know.
All right. Just as a reaction, I'm going to use my divine sense to locate celestial fiends and undead.
What's the range on that?
60 feet. As long as they're not behind total cover. So.
Oh.
So I don't even think I can see through walls with that.
Yeah, I definitely played that wrong then. I didn't realize it was a full cover thing. I thought you could see it through a certain amount of
I thought so
stone,
too.
but...
I guess not.
This is your game, Zell. You can play it however you choose to.
I was look.
Stop being so bossy.
Look. I don't give a shit about rules. In general, the rules are made to be broken for the benefit of the story. Had I known that, I definitely wouldn't have told you much. But anyway, doesn't matter. It is in the past.
Like back in the death house, didn't even think.
Fundamentally, the answer is no, you don't sense anything in the immediate area.
Okay. So he's not undead.
No, Zoltan is not undead. No, he is...
Okay.
He appears, based on your investigation, you are very confident that he has maybe like half his hit points left.
Okay.
I guess. And that he is very weak and just in the deepest slumber.
Alright, well, I'm going to just touch him with my healing hands and restore 3 hit points.
Okay.
The little boost to make him a little less pale. And then I have lesser restoration that I can use, but I can't remember if it's like once a day thing. But it's not like he's like, I guess, can I roll medicine to see if he's poisoned or paralyzed? That if
sure, yeah, go ahead.
Or disease. So it says it can end 1 disease or 1 other condition, which is blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. So I just want to see if he's like poisoned or diseased, essentially. Medicine is +1. 10 is +1 is 11.
Yeah, you aren't able to really determine exactly what might be causing his condition, whether it is you can guess basically that something was sucking on his neck, and you can presume, although you, based on your medical knowledge, you don't really know because you've never seen it and you haven't ever really necessarily read about it, except for maybe in fictions or or maybe even stories. You never know. That vampires tend to gnaw on people's necks, so you can presume that it might be a vampire, but you don't know enough of whether or not a lesser restoration would actually alleviate any symptoms that he seems to be having, or even if they might be caused by that vampire bite.
Got it. Okay. Well, I heal him at least, so that should help a little. Theoretically. But anyway, yeah, I sort of like fill Grimbald and Kiani in. Like, something's wrong with Zoltan too. We didn't check on him last night. We just assumed he was sleeping. I guess I sort of asked Kiani if he had noticed anything when he came in, or was Zoltan still sleeping when you got here?
Yeah, Kiani said that Zoltan was already basically... He talked to him for a brief moment when I came in. He wasn't yet asleep. He said, yeah, just, keep it down. I'm trying to sleep here, kind of thing. That's, his usual gruff self type of thing. And
okay.
He seemed to fall asleep not too long after that. But yeah.
I know we weren't gone for very long. We had a bit of food. You just came up here right away, but Grimbald, do you have any recollection of Jax waking up at all? Or anything?
I didn't hear a thing. I was sleeping all night.
Okie dokie. Alright, well, we should try and find her. It's almost daylight. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we can ask the hunters or the girls. They seem to have been maybe the last ones that were awake before everything went dark.
All right. What do you do?
Yeah, we can go down and go ask some
I guess.
questions about our friend.
Well, there was no one that was awake yet, so unless we want to bang on some doors, we might have to wait or just go looking for her ourselves.
Did you see any footprints?
I did. They were leading to the south, so if that would be just past Bildrath's.
Certainly going in
We can go
about that
first.
direction.
We can go for a little look around.
Go for a stroll then.
Here, let me hide all these.
My map's
A little, yeah, it
loading.
takes a little second
Yeah.
to load.
Do you have your hardware acceleration on?
Hardware acceleration?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's probably turned off because you share movies with us. And if you have your hardware acceleration turned on when you're sharing movies in Discord, it blocks it.
That's right. So that's probably why it's so slow for you.
Okay. That makes sense then.
Oops, not what I wanted to do. Excuse me, sorry. I need to...
And I guess I can probably tell Kiani to take after Zoltan or look after him.
I'll be right back. Vodka's panicking about something. I don't know what's wrong. So I'm
Sure.
just going to go check on everybody in the house.
Yep, no rush. No, Kiani thinks, like, he'll at least try and help you find where she went, because, I mean, he's got a measure of survival and stuff too, right? So.
Alright, that sounds good. Just gonna pull up his sheet real quick.
I got it already.
Okie dokie.
I'll even...
First.
Let's see what happens.
Survival to follow tracks.
Wow. Okay. Nat 20.
We got it.
I'll
Even
I'll
when
wait for
he's
Shanna
not here.
just for
Sure. Even when he's not here, he's still
yeah.
good roll.
Right?
I'm
My
back.
slow
Okay.
butt
Perfect.
all the way down. Okay.
Oh, well.
So Granny is not yet in town, it seems. Although this is about the time that you guys arrived last time. She doesn't appear to be in the square. Kiani is very quick, recognizing the urgency of what the situation is, and he recognizes basically what Lunaris has already figured out, that that Jax appears to have gone willingly out the door. He squats down briefly and kind of looks around. The rain has yet to wash away the last couple hours. He suspects that she left about an hour, maybe two at most ago. And so he starts basically hunting her down a little bit. It's not very hard for him. He's kind of a seasoned person tracking, and it doesn't take him very long before he recognizes that she came here out at this house at some point. It looks like a boarded up house. Sorry, this way, yeah. And he kind of makes a bit of noise, kind of knocking around, that sort of thing. But first, we'll go to Jax.
Yes.
Hi, hello.
Hi. So, Jax, you kind of come to yourself, and you recognize that you're in a sort of dimly lit room that is illuminated only by the fact that your hand is glowing with your own flames. And it's just got a massive amount of debris. There's spider webs everywhere. You're standing in front of a door, and just the barest amount of light is coming from this this back. In fact, I'll just show everybody else what's going on here. You see the barest amount of light coming from this open door. It looks like it was sorry, it's actually a window. I apologize. It looks like it was once boarded up, but it seems to have all the boards and everything like that have been slowly but surely removed from this area. And yeah, you stand in front of a door, and you kind of hear a little bit of noise on the other side. But yeah, you wake up somewhat disoriented because you were dreaming quite peacefully, and now suddenly you are not just awake, but in a strange place. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I hear some noise from the other side. Can I discern what kind of noise that is? Like, is it people talking? Is it probably animals, rats? Like, what am I hearing?
Yeah, you're go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. 14.
You kind of think that it might be rats, except it's sort of like a scratching or something like that, and it's coming from like the other side of the room, so you can't quite hear what that might be.
Okay. And there's only the one door.
Yeah. So this one doesn't appear to be.
Is this to the left of me? Is this a window? What is this?
So this is a boarded up window here. This is like basically a pile of debris and junk and bed frames and everything, including this one here. This is an old couch and like basically like the remains of a home that have just been shoved up, and this is and so it's blocking this one other window as well, but this one has been completely boarded up, and this is just an interior door that there's a hearth that is sort of empty of ash and stuff like that. Seems like it's just
all right. I think I want to use some detect magic just to see if there's anything magical around here, magical about the door, magical in general.
Sure, sounds good.
And I got a 14. Oh, I can't hear you.
Sorry about that. So you really didn't need to roll necessarily. But,
I wasn't sure if I needed to, so I just went ahead and did
it. We'll just count it as your perception, essentially. Nothing in the area appears to be magical in nature. It looks like maybe it could be about 2 months worth of dust and debris and that kind of thing, cobwebs, that sort of stuff. So the condition of the place that you're in is pretty disgusting, and you do see like it's just the thing that permeates the most is the stench of death. It's pretty overwhelming,
and there's nothing that I see that's worth rummaging through at all. So.
Not really, no. It's pretty much all garbage, mildew, and such. So.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can't quietly open that door.
All right. Sounds good. Sorry, this door right here.
This was the door. Sure. Yeah, this door.
Sorry. I was just making sure. I was like, why are you're going away from it? You can't open something you're away from.
Because I thought that was the door.
That's okay. I always say it's all good. So it doesn't take you particularly long to figure out that this is where the stench is coming from. As you crack open the door, you see under two blankets, kind of cloths of some kind, the remains of two people. At the front of the door, you hear something of commotion, and you also notice a man kind of banging or scratching at the boarded up front door of this house.
Well, then, I guess I'm gonna. I can't. There's no like little peephole or anything, is there?
No,
and I can't tell who the voice is that's out there.
Sorry, let me emphasize this a little bit more. Yeah, just go back to where you were.
Okay.
This is where the individual is.
I thought you meant from the outside.
No, from the inside.
Oh, love that for me. Okay. It's some kind of undead thing?
As you open the door, it makes a creak, even though you're trying to be very silent. And the man kind of stops and turns and looks at you. One eyeball dropped from his face. And
love this for
the
me.
face peeled back where his lips were, as teeth half rotted begin to emit a grotesque sound, something akin to. And he lunges for you. Roll initiative, please.
3.
All right, you got a 7. The sounds, Kiani is the first to kind of hear a sudden shift in what he was kind of listening to at first. He was about to kind of change direction and go around the house, as that's where the footprints seem to have led, until he hears a groan and the sound what he's pretty certain is Jax inside, whether it was a gasp or a scream or whatever it was. And with his warhammer, he instantly says, "She's in trouble!" And he rages in desperation to get to his friend, and uses his mighty warhammer to smash open the door as fast as he can. He does a decent hit. Let me just see how much damage he does here. Sorry, I have to kind of use a sheet here. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Rage. And then he does an action. Well, okay, so he does hit. Oops. Get out of my way. He rages and takes with both hands his mighty warhammer, the amber gems encrusted in the center, and splinters part of the door wide open. And he yells, "Jax, we're coming!" And it splinters half the door open. It's not quite open yet. Jax, you hear this just as you find a gnarled arm claw at you.
Gnarly.
See what you did there?
That's good. That's good. Sorry, I just need to add. I wasn't expecting to have Kiani here. Excuse me.
Yeah, the plausible reason to come.
Everybody else, sorry, roll initiative as well.
Oh, yo.
Jax, you said you got 4 or
I got a 3.
3? Sorry.
Mine would be an 8.
Okay. And Grimwald?
What did you want me to roll?
Your initiative, please.
Thank you.
The initiation thing. Boom, boom.
Yeah, it was... a 7. Yes, vodka. I know it was bad.
What?
It was better than my 3.
All right. I'm just gonna show. Sorry, what? You had a 7?
Yes.
Okay. Excuse me, goodness. I just want to show you. This is essentially what you see in front of you.
Zombies!
Lunaris, go. No, sorry, I go first. The zombie claws at you with its terrible, rotted limbs. Missing the first one. But alas, he has 2 limbs and swings again. Does a 13 hit you?
I'm pretty sure it does. Yep. Activated a hit.
All right. The first one, you are kind of stunned at first to see this horrific creature, but it just flails widely. Unfortunately, the next one hits home and slaps you with its claws, gouging your arm as it presses into you, causing 5 points of damage. And it initiates a grapple.
Is that against me?
Yep. And so, go ahead and roll either your athletics or your acrobatics, up to you, to try and get out of his grip.
Well, my acrobatics is +1, my athletics is -1. So we know which one we're going with. We got 18.
Unfortunately, I rolled a 20.
Oh no!
Oh, motherfucker!
You are stuck fast to this grotesque creature, and as he brings you in, grappling you, he goes in with the maw wide open, eyes hungry for your flesh, and bites down to try and take a chunk out of you.
It bites. What the heck?
And does hit for another 5 points of damage as he tears into your shoulder and rips out a huge chunk, going right through your clothing. All right, it is now Lunaris' turn.
Okie dokie. Okay. Well, I guess I see Keone busting open that. I'll move to the window, to the wall,
to the sweat drop down my balls.
And I'll see if does it look like I can like jump through?
You're seeing if these bitches crawl. Got it.
Nope.
Sorry.
It's boarded up.
Every entrance to this house looks like it's boarded up. It's Kiani's done a very good job thus far. It probably take one good solid hit to bust open the door from here.
All right.
Since it's adjacent, you can attack it and help him.
I shall do so.
Alrighty.
So what am I rolling?
You can use whatever weapon you want to just attack the door. I won't even make you roll to hit, really. Well, roll just to make sure you don't get a natural one. Let's say it that way.
Exactly.
I think it's a
Alright.
5 to hit, I guess, technically.
Womp. Guess what I got?
What?
A natural 1.
Did you really?
Oh
I really
my
did.
god.
Lunaris in their panic. You do have do you have
I have a rusty greatsword and a lance.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you still had your inspiration or not.
Oh, I do actually.
You
Yeah,
could,
I think we
if
all
you
do,
really
yeah.
wanted to, use that.
I probably will, actually. That's important enough to me.
It's just a
All
thought.
right.
You don't have to. But...
6 plus 4.
Okay. Go ahead and do your damage. Whatever I assume you're using a greatsword.
Yeah. So it was the greatsword that had a -1 to the damage, right? Because it's rusty?
Yes, so it's a
Okay,
2d6
so it's
plus
still 2d6.
1.
Yeah, exactly. 8 damage. Sorry, +1, so 9.
Okay. Yeah, so between the two of you, you guys explode this door like within seconds. Your adrenaline. You have a flashback in your head for a moment. This horrible chance that you accidentally sever the head from Kiani from a miss, but you resolve, whether by sheer willpower, to fend that idea off and hit straight home, smashing straight down through the beams and the boards. And they're pretty weak anyway, and so they split and crack the rest of the way, whatever Kiani hasn't destroyed already.
Sorry, I can't stop laughing because I almost killed Kiani. A natural 1, that would have been so bad.
So
Okay.
good. Just a second here. I gotta fix
I'm glad you reminded me of the inspiration. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Actually, considering we could have left Kiani back,
Yeah.
and he would. Yeah, that would have been
Sorry,
unfortunate.
Decapitated you.
All right. Next is Grimbold. You see an opening between Kiani's legs, and there you are just in time to see as the door slashes open. The zombie take a chunk out of your friend Jax of Candlekeep. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna run in with my attack and use my psychic blades.
All right, sounds good. Go ahead.
Does that have advantage at all? Because it's flanked, or
It's
actually
technically a
this
sneak
grappled
attack.
Jax?
It is technically a sneak attack now. Yes.
Okay. I got a 11 for a hit.
Okay.
Advantage, does that mean you get to roll twice and take the higher of the two? Is that what
Well,
that is?
I don't remember what the rules are on flanking or grappling right now.
And a 5 for damage.
And if we confirm it's a sneak attack, you can roll for more damage.
I think I realized. Give me a second. I want to read the rules for this grapple again. I thought I had to hit and do damage with
You
the-
might be thinking of 3rd edition.
I think the first attack initiates the grapple, and then I bit you. Try to see the target. Okay, so I apologize, Jax. You only took 5 hit points from the bite. The first.
Oh, so I can add 5 more.
Yes.
Back to my
So
health?
that's my fault. I misunderstood that. I thought I had to hit you
okay.
with a regular attack there.
I'm pretty sure that's old rules, from what I remember.
That might be it. I'm trying to remember. In terms of a. I'm just looking this up very quick here. I think you do get advantage.
Oh, I hit the bonus one by mistake.
Well, you hit in any case, regardless of your roll here. So if you want to do your damage, you also get to do your sneak attack damage.
So yeah, you rolled the 5 for the damage, and then sneak attack for you is what? 2d6.
Yeah, 2d6 damage.
The nice thing about Grimbold is you can move through other people's squares, right? So
for the sneak attack damage, I got a 4.
Okay, so you do 9 points of damage. This is where the fun begins. All right. With incredible deftness, Grimbold not only slides through underneath, or just in front of Kiani, but goes straight through the legs of this shambling, terrible beast, terrible creature, coming out the side here, and with incredible deftness. Are you using your psychic blade? Is that what you're using?
Yeah.
Okay. A blade of energy comes out of your hand, and you slice straight through the creature's leg. Because it's latched on, it's basically dragged or hanging off of Jax at this moment. But an entire leg does fall to the ground. But yes, you've done 8 points of damage, I think. 9 points. 9 points of damage.
9 points.
All right. Next up is finally Jax. You can attempt to extricate yourself from the grip of this fiend who is now missing a leg.
Does burning hands mean like I literally can use my hands to set it on fire since it's holding on to me?
So burning hands is an area of effect cone. So technically yes. But in your position currently, the likelihood of you lighting everybody else on fire is pretty high.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
In that case, I think I just want to use my flame blade, maybe.
Okay.
And stab it.
Sounds good. I think you... if you are grappled... Let me see what you can do whilst grappled. That's the
Good
part
idea, actually. You might be restrained.
Your speed becomes 0, and you can't benefit from any bonus to your speed. Your condition ends if your grappler is incapacitated. The condition also ends if you are... No, so you can... It says you can still attack and everything. You just can't move without breaking free of it, but that's fine. Yeah, you can just be attached to this guy for now, and use your flame blade. What does that...
So flame blade is... plus 4 for hit in DC, and then 3d6. So,
all right,
I got 17 for my roll, and then 3d6. Which one of these is this one?
And the flame blade was a bonus action, so she can attack in the same.
I figured as much.
4, 6, so that's 10 and 14.
Okay, nice.
Lit him up.
14?
14 total, yeah.
Plus 9, so that's 25 total.
Whether by absolute instinct or sheer just luck, the flames that were originally already on, that whether you intended them to be on originally, but you woke up with them, your produced flame was already lit. You mold that into a blade. It shoots forth, and and just in the adrenaline, you chop off the arm that's like latched onto you, just screaming in rage and in fear at the same time. It goes flying. This thing doesn't even. It's not even phased. It's still standing, and it is. Its arm is kind of just, flopping on the ground, completely severed. It looks critically damaged for sure, but still appears to be in motion.
Gotta chop its head off.
Kiani doesn't intend for this to be taking another chunk of you, and swing, bada swing, doing... I'm just going to roll for myself because it's going to be easier. Ending the life of this thing with one two-handed overhand swing, crushing through its skull, its spine basically falling in on itself, crumpling to the ground. The arm that was kind of flopping finally stills with the apparent brainstem of this other creature. Alas, two other bodies suddenly arise as well. The corpses shamble. You didn't quite notice that they were already moving as you were kind of leaking a lot of blood from the bite and the grip distracting you, as two more seem to rise in the place of the one that has been felled. Each of them attacking one of you. The first one will attack Jax. Both hands swing down at the same time, but Jax, you happen to blind them with your flame blade, and they just kind of swing wildly at you. You don't even dodge. It's just they're just distracted by your flames, and you hear their grotesque coming from their maws. Also, I just want to show you what y'all are looking at anyway. There we go. The woman is the one that attacks Kiani, however. And let's see what happens. Sticks fast on that one. And Kiani will attempt to... All right. The first hand grasps out, grabbing the forearm of Kiani, whose strength is not only renowned as it is, but hidden his rage, fends her off with a backhand. Doesn't quite hit her or anything like that, but manages to break her grip. Regardless, the second attack swings and hits true, doing 7 points of damage to our barbarian friend. Clawing straight down, getting his opposite arm that's wielding his mighty warhammer, just rending flesh as it springs free with blood. I believe it is now Lunaris' turn.
Okay. I guess I'll attack that one. That is... Well, actually, hold up. Can I mean, it's a very small room, but is Kiani still outside or in the doorway?
You're able to move through friendly squares, so you can, if you want to go in, you can, and you can go right here if you want.
Okay. I'll do that. Oh, wait. I have a reaction because Kiani's next to me. I can reaction and try to...
Sure. Yeah, I'll let you
I,
try
I,
and
I don't know
provoke
if
it.
you're. It's like, oh no, you missed your chance. I don't know if you're like that at
Let's
all.
see. I rolled high, so I'll be nice to you.
Was it D10 or D12? I think it's a 10. 10. Yeah, this is the
D12,
whole
yeah.
reason why I went interception.
That's right. That's right.
Come on, 10. There you are. 1 plus 2, so minus 3.
So it still does 4 points of damage to Kiani.
Okay.
I don't know if you want
Alright.
to update his cheat sheet for me there.
I don't think I can update other people's sheets.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll do it myself. Huh.
And do it yourself.
Huh?
Alright, and so yeah. So I did that. And then I'll take a step in.
Sounds
And the one that clawed him, I shall attack with my greatsword.
good. All right. Have at her.
Yep. 20 plus 4.
Okay. Yeah, I think you hit.
I think I hit too. Okay. I was thinking of using my divine sense or my divine smite, but I don't know. I don't want to overkill. All right. So 5 and 6. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
And then it's another 2d6, right? And then plus 1 on the critical hits. Is that how that works? You double the
You
dice?
double the damage. Double the
damage of the dice.
Yes.
Double the dice or double the damage of the dice that I roll?
I don't recall. Music.
All right. Because that could be two completely different results.
Survey says when you call all dice involved in attack's damage are doubled by a critical hit, but you don't double the damage modifier. So
Okay.
a fighter with a +3 strength is getting a critical, gets 2d6 plus 3 from a critical. Since it includes double the abilities.
Oh yeah, just sounds like it's doubling the damage of the 2 dice.
Yeah.
Plus the bonus, which is just the 1, so that's not doubled.
Right. Yes, that's correct. Yep.
Alright, well I rolled 11 times 2 plus 1 is 23.
Okay, sounds good. Alright. Sweet.
6 and 5, yeah, that's 11.
Again, you cleave into this thing, and it's not just that you get like a forearm or anything like that, but you cut like down and through part of its chest. Its entire arm and like a portion of its chest flops to the ground, moving grotesquely. The creature
Is it still alive?
rasps, completely unfazed that you just chopped a good quarter of its body off.
Yeah, fuck that thing. I'm gonna divine smite it with my bonus action.
Okay.
Or no, it's not even a bonus action. It's when I hit with a melee weapon attack. So I don't know if I'm supposed to declare that I'm doing that as I'm attacking, or if it counts afterwards.
If you have a little write up there, it might be good to read it right now. Just so me.
Divine smite. Starting at 2nd level, when you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you can expend 1 spell slot to deal radiant damage. In addition to the weapon's damage. The extra damage is 2d8 for 1st level spell slot, 1d8 for each, to a maximum of 5. Damage increases by 1d8 if the target is undead or fiend, to a maximum of 6d8.
Yeah, I mean,
when I hit.
I'll say, yeah, that's. It doesn't really say, so I'll let you use it. It's not a big deal to me.
Just read it like an act.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not even it's under the other actions. It's not even under a bonus or an action because it's
Yeah.
technically not. It's just situational.
I'll say that it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine. You can use it.
Alright. Blast this thing into infinity. Okay, one more dice. Because it's 3d8. It's a 2d8 plus 1d8 because it's undead.
Mhm.
It's obvious it's undead. That was only 1. So additional 8 damage. I got
Okay.
low rolls for that.
Yeah,
8
so
radiant.
we'll say it ends up this way. You cleave not only just into its chest, but you strike out with your hand, and just instead of sort of holding off at the last second to see the condition of it, your hand presses into the thing's chest, and a surge of celestial energy passes through it, crumpling it to the ground, practically turning it to ash. Its body writhing for just a moment longer as it collapses and is now completely destroyed. It is now Grimboot Silentfoot's
I
turn.
need to get rid of a spell slot for that.
So yes, that was dead.
It's worth it because it's undead. I guess.
I'm going to attack with my psychic blades again.
All right. Are you just going to go
Would
like
this
here to
be?
do that?
I'm not looking. Yeah, and if I was over there, is it going to be a sneak attack as well?
Yep,
Or
you'll
would
have advantage.
Okay.
So yep.
Actually, I don't think
and
it's
my
anything
bonus.
to do with advantage. I think it's saying that if another
it's just
person is within
flanked.
5 feet, it just says within 5 feet. So even if
Gotcha.
they're right next to you, then you don't need to have advantage. But when you do have advantage, then you can sneak attack essentially,
Gotcha.
or have someone within 5 feet.
Okay,
two.
okay. Right.
It's one
right,
or the
right.
other essentially.
I still think you get
And-
advantage in this case, so you can still roll
Okay.
2d20.
Is it?
Okay.
Well, I believe.
I don't know what I can't find that, or where to. I don't know where to look for that particular rule on advantage.
I think you just have to be flanked.
All right. So under advantage and disadvantage, special ability or spell, multiple situations.
I believe because you have like multiple people right next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it says the DM can also decide circumstances influence a roll in one direction or the other and grant advantage or impose disadvantage.
Okay, so it is an optional flanking rule in the Dungeon Master's Guide, is what I read.
Oh, okay.
Gives you
Yeah,
advantage on attack rolls if a friendly, non-incapacitated creature is on the opposite side of the enemy you're targeting. So, if Grimbold wanted to move here, which you could without incurring a
attack of
opportunity, you are welcome to get
sneak attack
advantage and sneak attack.
I would.
Okay, so advantage and sneak attack.
That's right.
Okay.
So you can roll to attack twice, or the 2d20.
For the record,
choose the highest.
if we choose to do that, I am going to do that with enemy creatures. So
okay.
I'll allow you guys to choose. If you don't want that whole tactical flanking damage thing, that's fine. We can forego it, and it's foregone for the creatures. If we do accept it, and I flank you with 2 wolves on either end, I will be getting advantage on attacking you. So that's up to
It's only fair.
Everybody in?
Yeah.
Whatever you guys want to do. I don't know.
We'll discuss it at another time. For now, I do think it makes sense to get the advantage.
I do agree.
So
that wasn't even an optional rule in second.
I
and
thought
third
that's
edition.
just the
That
way
was
it
mandatory.
was. Yeah, I just thought that's the way it was. So that's what I went with. But anyway,
All right.
Go ahead.
So I have to roll a d20 first.
Roll 2d20 to see if you hit.
2d20.
And choose the highest.
That was an 8 for the first one. a 13 on the second one.
Okay, yep, that hits.
Okay.
Now you can roll your regular damage plus sneak attack damage.
Okay.
That's 3d6 pretty much. Plus 1.
1d6 1 for the attack. The bonus. And the sneak attack. Altogether, the damage is 9, 10, 11, 13.
All right.
And you can
13.
do offhand attacks. Can you sneak attack with an offhand attack? I'm
Would that
coming up with
be-
all the difficult questions, aren't I?
Oh, I mean, it's good to know, right?
Yeah. Because you do have a bonus action for another attack if you wanted.
Well, my bonus attack was already in there as well. I did the blades attack, the bonus attack for my other hand, and the sneak attack.
Oh, well, the
You still
the
get to-
additional d4 is a separate attack, so you'd have to attack to roll to attack again.
Okay.
Is that how that works? Because you attack once for your main attack, and then your bonus action is a second attack, and then you roll again to attack for that one.
Sneak attack is a once per turn feature, so you may not use it on both attacks.
Oh, okay. So
However,
that answers
sneak
that
attack
question.
affects one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll while using a finesse or ranged weapon. Dual wielding is a decent option if you have 2 chances to hit and apply that extra sneak attack damage.
Okay. So it's one or it's so if you don't hit sneak attack with the first attack, then your second attack can use it. But if you've already sneak attacked them in that round, you can't use it again.
Correct.
Yeah.
On the second attack.
That's
okay.
right.
Okay.
It applies to
Now-
one attack per turn.
So as far as the bonus action for the second attack, that's a second attack roll, right?
That's right.
That
Okay.
can miss. Okay.
And I presume, I don't see why not, it is also at advantage. So you roll 2 dice
Yes.
to hit for your first attack, and then you roll 2 more dice to hit to see if you hit for your second attack on your offhand.
All right. So the first attack is 11 then for damage.
With the sneak attack damage.
Yeah, the sneak attack.
Okay.
All right.
All right. And then
And,
just
you
you
go
can do
ahead
the
and,
bonus
and then the-
attack.
Bonus attack. So 2d20.
Same thing.
Okay. And
Ba-dum-bum.
a 10. And a 3. So a 10.
All right. You do hit.
And the
Pretty unarmored.
bonus is a 1d4.
Plus
And that is looking like a 1. 2, sorry. 1
Alright.
damage. Yeah.
2 damage.
All right, sounds good. So the first attack, you come up underneath the armpit of the remaining zombie and chop off that arm as well. The second one sort of grazing his leg, and just kind of having a gelatinous ooze that was once blood kind of seep out of it. And so it now becomes its turn. It's still alive. Its remaining arm lashes out once more at Jax of Candlekeep. And does hit. Go ahead and roll to see if you can get out of its grip, Jax.
Okay. 16.
All right. 16 does not make it. He rolled an 18.
But
I'm
was
afraid.
this? Didn't we kill the one that was grappling her, and this one missed her?
This is a new attempt at grappling her, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
it's kind
right.
of ignoring Grimble behind him. That's all.
Got it.
So yeah, it
can't see
it
me.
grips you, and once more goes in for a nice nom 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 nom
Chomp,
nom
chomp.
on your face. it does take a piece of your cheek and rip it out, swallowing it grotesquely.
Ew. Why you gotta do that to me? Why?
More frightening, which is even more disturbing at this moment. Let's see who it is. Yeah, okay. Is the severed arm that Grimble just got rid of. Grasps out and tries to snag the halfling from below. Go ahead and try and avoid another grapple, please. Sorry, Grimbled this time. Roll a d20 for either your athletics or your acrobatics, whatever you choose.
Athletics
Either
or
is-
acrobatics?
Yeah, they're both +1.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I got a 4.
Okay. Well, he rolled a 3, so
Oh my god.
you
Wow.
kind of yelp and just kind of as the hand sort of grabs onto your ankle, you manage to like kick off, and it just it goes flying for a couple of feet away from you, landing probably in this area here. And yeah, it still looks like it's animated. This grotesque creature swallowing a flesh of Jax of Candlekeep enrages once more our barbarian friend. He comes through the room, steps over one of the corpses, and unleashes hell. Actually, probably go
On the other side.
probably here. I guess would count as a. I don't know if it would count. I don't think you'd get advantage in any case.
Yeah, the rule does say directly behind.
Behind, so that's fine. Unfortunately, he swings wide, kind of stumbles over one of the corpses there. Or actually, I guess that's where the hand is, so you probably have to go here anyway. But still, he stumbles over one of the corpses, and it kind of throws his aim way off. It is now Lunaris' turn.
One down. Let's go for the other one. And
Sorry, there is also this hand right next to you. Let's do this.
Okay.
The hand I kicked at you. I'm sorry. I kicked
That
it over to you.
that is still animated and clearly attacking.
I see. Also, I need to remember my interception. I don't want to go back and say, "Hey, I had this."
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna be. I've been nice so far, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. That time, I definitely will not use it. All right. Just the arm. No, let's go for the big guy.
Okay.
And still got my two-hander that I'll use. And is lay on hands an action?
Might be bonus.
No, I think it's an actual action. I'll use it after battle. You 13 plus 4 for a hit.
Yeah, that does hit.
6 plus 1, 7.
All right. Yeah, so you once again lop off a limb, this time a leg. It is still gripped onto Jax, however. It goes to one knee and is once again clawing up, trying to get eventually to bite you once more. But first it is Grimbled Silent. Or did I skip Jax, I think?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
skipped me. I didn't know if there was a reason.
No,
so
I apologize. That's my fault. I was supposed to let you go first. I'm sorry about that.
You just want me to die.
I'm sorry.
He hands out for blood.
The flesh.
Mister, if we're just gonna do role play today, there's not gonna be combat.
I didn't think you guys would not go, to do a few things, and it's fine. I mean, I wasn't.
It's nighttime. We're good.
We went to sleep, okay?
Yep.
I
you
woke
did.
up here.
You did. I don't know.
All right,
You guys kind of throw me for a loop. Let's go walking in the middle of the night in the forest of a haunted, cursed land, and then it's like it's only 5 o'clock at night. We better go to bed now. I was like, well, okay. I thought you guys were gonna do more stuff before you went to bed. That's all.
Well, we were scared of the dark.
When like the last time you went trompsing for 12-hour
Yeah,
walk? It's like I don't know what to plan for.
I just knew I needed a long rest.
No,
Okay, I still have my sword, right?
yes, you still have your sword. It's fine. Yes.
Yeah,
Can I
that's
go for
fine.
the head? Can I just go for the head?
Just
I just
give
want
it.
to.
Just go ahead.
I want to go. I want to go for the fucking head.
Go ahead. Go
Um,
ahead.
You do get advantage, so you get 2d20 to roll 2.
Okay. So
Oh,
I
that's
rolled
good.
13 for the
You're
first
good.
one and 17 for the second
All
one.
right, you strike home. Let's see how much damage you do.
Okay. We
Freeze.
do 1, 5, 7 total.
Something of your own rage comes through, and it lights the flames even higher. You dive down in the disgusting maw that just took some of your own flesh and swallowed it. The flame going down straight into its throat, gurgling and bubbling, sizzling. It loosens its grip, and it shakes as it finally stops moving, the hand with it at the same time, and
Yeah, that's what I
falls
thought.
off your flaming blade, dead.
Dang it! I wanted to attack that hand.
The hand slowly tries to crawl to Grimbold, wanting one more to touch that beautiful little ankle.
Not my ankles.
Goodness gracious. Look, Jax, what have you gotten yourself into? I'm gonna heal you up.
Help me.
So, how much damage did you take total? There was the 5.
I forgot to take the last one where it ripped my cheek. I don't remember how many you said it was.
I think it was 3 points of damage. I think I rolled
Okay,
a 2
so that
plus
would
1.
be a total of 7.
Alright, you current 12, so I'll use 8 of my healing on you to heal you to full.
Thank you.
And then I'm gonna use just 1 on Kiani to stop the bleeding on his arm.
All right. You guys are in a home. The stench of death, burning flesh in particular now, just causing your stomachs to churn should you have had any in there. Yeah, it might not have been staying for very long. The dawn is only less than an hour away now, but clearly the signs on the doors and their boarded up nature seem to suggest, at the very least, that danger or disease or something far more sinister lies behind these kinds of places.
Hmm. How'd you even get here, Jax? Do you remember anything?
I don't know. I was having a good dream, and then I woke up here. I was in the other room, and I heard noises from behind the door. I opened the door, and that thing was there, but I don't know. I don't know.
How'd you even get? Like, I mean, can we see the other room? I mean,
Yeah. I
guess-
mean, let's go look, I guess.
like, how'd you even get past these? How'd you even get in this back room? There's no other entrance from what I can tell.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Serious. I'm gonna use my. I'm gonna search and see if I can find any more undead. Are you keeping the through the walls thing, or with my detecting undead?
I'll make my own determination per situation here. Just
All right,
just ask me what you, I guess what I would say is certain types of things. So instead of cover, I think what I'm going to do is the amount. I'm going to say that previously when we used it, we were...
Yeah, it was like a big group of undead.
Yeah, it was... The house itself was undead, right?
Yeah.
And then the groups of undead, I think probably you wouldn't have noticed that. So...
Yeah.
But depending on the material that's blocking you, similar to detect magic, is kind of how I'm going to do it.
Okay. Sounds good.
I might change that a little bit, where line of sight is preferable. But I'll say that if the material is, let's say, wood or something of poor quality, you can still kind of detect beyond it a little bit.
Okay.
Get a
It
sense.
just won't be as clear.
Yeah, it just won't be as clear. I might mitigate what information you get. If it's like a stone castle wall and there's a undead that's like within 5 feet, you'll still won't be able to detect it, kind of thing. So
Got it.
it depends. I think we'll go with the material for now. At least for now. I'll do a little bit more research on that, but
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm still gonna use it.
all right, sounds good. Yeah, so you don't detect any other undead. Let me just make sure before I say anything.
Heck, I'll even like take a step outside as well, just to kind of get the area. Yeah, I know a lot of these are like mostly stone. It looks like some of them have like little wood porches or front.
I'm gonna say you don't get a good sense of the exact like location, but you are confident that something like this exists within a block radius, within the like 60 feet to the north somewhere. It's just hard to determine exactly where it is.
Yeah.
It isn't hard to determine that there are some houses very clearly boarded up. This one in particular,
Okay.
there are boarded up areas.
Alrighty. That's good enough for me. Stay away. Alright. We need to be careful around here.
I mean, I don't know how I got in there. I'm genuinely confused right now.
Kiani had said that you had walked out about an hour or two ago.
I was asleep.
Everybody but Jax, please close your ears.
Okay.
Oh, my ears. My
Earmuffs.
Jax, you hear a familiar warble behind you. The window that was had the boards seemingly ripped off, sitting upon that or standing upon that is the raven form of Kirid, Star of Secrets.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Oh, he's just there. He's not saying anything to me.
Hooray.
Okay. Okay. Let's check out this window over here. Maybe that's how I got in here.
Okay.
I was gonna say, can I
you
use an investigation to look for a secret entrance?
Yeah, I mean, once Grimbold essentially walks into this room, it's not hard to kind of like see that the only likely way that Jax could have gotten in here was by climbing through this here window. I'll even give you a little bit more of a clear view of what's behind this area here. It looks like from the outside, the window has been slowly pulled back. It would have taken a good deal of time. Slow and methodical pieces have been ripped out. I mean, Kiani and Lunaris made short work of the door, which was pretty decently secured, all things considered. But the windows themselves are just as equally well done. On a hunch, actually, go ahead and give me a roll there for investigation, Grimble.
I got a 14.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of keep on looking around, and you suddenly notice something about Jax, sort of taking her hand absently, and you notice that Jax's hands have splinters, and they're really dirty and everything like that. And you kind of put two and two together, and it seems that Jax herself was the one who likely was crawling through this particular window and broke the boards and everything like that. Not being a particularly strong person, it would have taken her a little while. So, but yeah, that seems to be the conclusion that you're coming to.
It looks like you climbed in through the window yourself.
Jax, you notice that your clothes are filthy, that you like clearly were, out tonight for whatever reason.
Why would I have come here in my sleep, though? I'm so confused.
And your adventuring gear too.
I detected. I tried to use detect magic, but I found nothing. Do you guys see anything here?
I sensed something not good in some other house nearby. There possibly could be more of these cadavers.
More zombies, you mean?
Yes. Cadavers, ghouls, ghast, whatever you call them. They're all the same once they're turned to ash.
Oh my.
Is there anything we can investigate in here right now?
Sure.
I don't think I saw anything.
Yeah, so based on Sean's rolls or Grimble's rolls, there's it looks like somebody clearly laid their dead to rest in a sense, which if you see in the actual map, originally there were claws laid upon these folks. It seems like people took the time to board up this house. The boarding was done on the outside, so whether people actually entered into this house and the debris was in this, the way that everything's kind of been shoved up against the walls and destroyed and everything like that, that might have been the condition of the house before. You can't really come to that conclusion, but it does look like whatever boarded up the windows and doors, or whoever did it from the outside, likely knowing that something was amiss within the house. But yeah,
there's nothing that draws my attention that would be this is why I must have come here.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Very strange.
Okay, I want to go around the outside and look at the outside and see if there's anything that I notice out here.
Sure. Let me see here. I guess from your position, you'd probably see a little bit more of what's going on in this area. There's a well in the back of this area that appears there.
Back here?
Sorry,
further
down,
south.
Yeah, south. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, you can kind of just see that there's a well over there. This particular area leads to the back of a couple of other homes.
Okay.
Sort of thing.
Oh, so it looks like these buildings aren't attached right here. I thought they were.
Nope. So there's a thin alleyway that
Okay.
Grimbold could technically. I'll even show it to you.
He could fit through fine.
He could fit through, yeah, kind of this little alley here.
I'd have to really suck it in.
Yeah, you really you couldn't really get through. Likely, it's pretty tight. It would be like Grimbold sucking it in to get in. It's
okay.
maybe a foot and a half to 2 feet.
Okay.
wide, but yeah, for him it would be like he has to shuffle sideways to get through. But yeah, like what you go ahead and give me an investigation or perception, depending on what you want to do, I guess.
I got an 11 for investigation.
Yeah, I mean the rain has started to pick up quite a bit more, and it's starting to wash away some of your footprints. So what you notice is as you're stepping, you're pretty confident that you're the one who's been kind of walking along and back around this area. You notice that this actually was this is the first thing you notice, is that some of the boards have been ripped off of this window. It's a bit more secure than the one that you had gotten through. But what it shows is that there's some debris on the other side. So you can kind of come to the conclusion that you decided, or whatever, you probably decided to come back along here and get through this window instead. But yeah, it does look like your footprints, no one else's from what you can tell.
No struggles.
Yep. Nobody else in the area from what you can see.
Yep, I was very clearly sleepwalking, but I don't know why I wanted in this building so badly.
Maybe you wanted to make more friends that were
With
dead.
the zombies? I mean, I like spooky things, but come on. That's a little much. A little much.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said there's, like, I can't really dig through these piles. There's no reason to dig through them at all.
You certainly can. Yeah. I mean, like, you're just, I guess, like, the more you kind of dig through, you don't find anything necessarily of value. You recognize the belongings and general houseware of 3 individuals, basically. You couldn't tell based on what was here whether they were once carpenters or masons or some sort of trade you can't quite see.
Okay.
But yeah, you see the remains of several beds. You see the 2 beds in particular. You see a coffee table kind of thing.
There's nothing that says whose home this might have been.
Nope, no personal belongings of any value that you can tell. A lot of it has been rotted. It looks like about between 1 and 2 months of like real decay.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, I think we should try and figure out whose home this is. Like, maybe that's the significant here.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Well, the only other home that we had in mind was the one to go get my sword fixed up.
Well, there was that, and we wanted to find what's her name's place, the
Madam Eva.
Yeah.
That's right. Might be
That was the last thing we talked about before sleeping, so I don't know if there could be some correlation or there could not. Looking around at the buildings around here, do any of them have any kind of markings on them telling us anything about them?
The house next to you seems pretty nice. This one here. Bildrath's Mercantile is just across from you. So it's kind of settled, or, I guess it's within the realm of,
Yeah.
of people who seem relatively active. They're still, I mean, it's Barovia. The houses are kind of dismal and,
right,
old and everything like that. But yeah, the 2 on this particular block, I mean, Bildrath is like clearly one of the nicer ones in town. Mm-hmm. It's a place of business, clearly, as well as likely a residence or something. The one next to you is maybe not one of the larger ones necessarily. It's a little bit larger than the one you have right now, but yeah.
Okay. Bill's probably not open yet, right?
No, don't. No, not based on the last time you were.
Okay. Okay. Well, in that case, what do you guys want to do?
I sort of want to check on Zoltan. Another part of me is wanting to smite undead. I'm not sure.
It's not.
Yeah, what's up with Zoltan? Where is he?
Zoltan, something happened to him. I can deduct that a vampire fed on him.
What? When?
I don't know. We didn't check on him before we went to bed, but Kiani said that he seemed fine when he went up there. He was awake at that time, and we weren't too far behind him.
Kiani, did you sleep last night?
I meditated for
my
necessary time. I didn't really. We talked briefly last night, but yeah, you just complained that I was making too much noise when I came in, so I just sat and meditated for a few hours, not even, and then you all entered. I stayed up for the remainder part of the night, went out just to look around, thought I heard some noises, didn't see anything, came back, meditated for a few more hours, noticed that you were getting up. I assumed you were going to use the facilities, but it had been about an hour by the time Lunaris woke up and recognized I was meditating at that time too, so I didn't think anything was amiss.
If a vampire was in the room feeding on Zoltan, you surely would have woken from your meditation.
I would imagine
so he must have been bit prior to that.
Possible there was a period of time where, when we went to take care of our little quest for Bildrath, where Zoltan was alone.
Unless it was like I was maybe out of the room for barely 10 minutes, and possibly somebody came in at that point, but I don't see it being very likely. Although, how do we know what vampires can and cannot do, type of thing?
That is true,
Do I have any knowledge of vampires or anything they might have done?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a roll of Arcana, please.
I got a net 20.
Okay. Well, in that case,
I really had a fascination with vampires upon, while reading as a child. It's fine.
No, it's fine.
let's see what you know. All right, I'm going to tell you pretty much everything about a typical vampire. So vampires. A vampire chooses a grand yet defensible location for its lair, such as a castle, fortified manor, or walled abbey. It hides often in a coffin, in an underground crypt or vault guarded by its vampire spawn, which are loyal creatures of the night that they have tended to, turned to their own whims. The region surrounding a vampire's lair is warped by the creature's unnatural presence, creating any of the following effects. There's a noticeable increase in the population of bats, rats, and wolves in the region. Plants within 500 feet of the lair wither, and their stems and branches become twisted and thorny. Shadows cast within 500 feet of the lair seem abnormally gaunt and sometimes move as though alive. A creeping fog clings to the ground within 500 feet of the vampire's lair. What I'm going to say is this is information that maybe you need to research for the next day or so. So I'm not going to say you just instantly know all this stuff, but let's say you have, you're kind of thinking about it throughout the day, trying to figure it out type of thing. And you're kind of putting two and two together based on what you've already experienced here in Barovia. But yeah, a creeping fog clings to the ground within 500 feet of the vampire's lair. The fog occasionally takes eerie forms, such as grasping claws and writhing serpents. Often it takes several weeks for once a vampire is destroyed for it to be able to do anything to the land. It does take a little while for the land to recover from its presence. You know that they are very powerful beings in general. They tend to be shape changers that can turn often into bats or mist or wolves or similar kind of creatures. They are often, because of this, able to move at great speeds. They tend to have access to pretty much anything if they need to get there, whether that's seeping of like a mist that comes through the ground, or a bat through a window, or a wolf just across the land, that sort of thing. They tend to be resistant and like just overly competent in almost any physical and mental area in general.
Okay.
That's usually partly because of the amount of time that they've lived. The more powerful they end up being. They even have, some of them can even be wizards. Have gone through to great lengths to learn magical spells that allow them to teleport, to climb walls, to do all sorts of things. They are also very well known, not just of drinking blood and, turning people into vampires at some length. You believe it takes a few bites for that to happen. That's the thing that maybe you're a little foggy on. They're able to charm people and make them forget or become friends. They are able to control other animals like bats and wolves and such. They have incredible regenerative powers. If they do get injured, oftentimes they don't stay injured for very long. And maybe the more important things that you will kind of that seem to be true is most vampires that you remember have something known as forbiddance. A vampire cannot enter a residence without an invitation from one of the occupants.
So something like an inn, though, that wouldn't apply to the room we're in unless...
It wouldn't apply to the room. It would be somebody in the inn would likely have had to
some point
invite
had
them in.
to...
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
They can be harmed by running water. It acts as acid, so rivers and such ought to protect at some level. Usually a stake to the heart, if made with a piece of wood, often incapacitates them, rendering them completely immobile. And they have a very high hypersensitivity to sunlight and radiant damage.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to tell everyone that we need to keep a close eye on Zoltan, because if he's at least been bit once, there's a chance he's some sort of target. And even if he had left the room for 5 minutes, if this vampire has any other abilities, it's possible he or she could have teleported into the room, or he was attacked prior and made to forget. So we need to keep a very close eye on him. Maybe we should go check on him now, and one of us should stay with him.
Okay.
I like that. You mentioned to make him forget. And what about you? Do you think you possibly could have woken up and witnessed such event and then made to forget?
Check my body too to make sure I was not bit, please.
I will check your body.
Damn, Paladin didn't hesitate. Just kidding.
I'm just gonna walk around the corner.
I just need to make sure that we don't have a possible undead on our hands. Yeah, that's it.
I need to use the restroom really quick.
I was gonna actually probably stop there anyway. We're getting to our time where I'll have to get going here soon anyway, and it's probably a good spot to,
Yeah, I
pause
figured that we
anyway,
probably all would have went to the room anyway.
Yeah, sounds
Okay.
good. I'll say this is what happens at the end anyway. You guys walk in to see Zoltan sitting up, seemingly relatively well, and eating one of the pies that he had purchased. And he looks at you kind of confused, saying, "What time is it? And where were you all?" As he takes another bite of the savory pie.
You weren't waking up earlier.
And that is where we'll end it for today. Thanks everybody
GG.
for watching, and thanks everybody for playing, of course.
Thank you.
That was good. I wonder if I should use your actual Discord for sound effects, because
You could.
because I'm
Like
thinking,
the zombies and stuff. That would be
because
You could.
right now I'm using
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm using voice mod for my stuff, but it's just my microphone doesn't work with it, so I'm trying to use both at the same time, but I can't really do that unless I use my laptop or something, which is just going to make things way more complicated for me, right? So maybe I should look up putting a bunch on there.
I can't hear the one Luna's doing though.
Yeah, none of mine have any sound. It might just be specific emote.
Might be.
Oh, wait. Never mind. I was just using regular emotes. I wasn't using the sound one.
Oh, okay. The